And I'm gonna have to sell back a couple of these quintuplets.
Is that a thing you can do? Is it kind of like a car?
Yeah, I mean they depreciate for sure.
Is there a lemon law?
Yeah, you didn't know multiples come with a lemon law, and you get a rebate if one's a stinker.
Yeah, oh jeez. Welcome to Blab, the show where we play recordings of broadcasters who were the subjects of government experiments. My name is Host, and this is my man, producer, coming at you live from Skittle Up, Skittle Down Alleys. How we doing, Deucer?
Doing good. Having a great evening.
But anyway, hey, let's say big up to Small Talk, get that, producer?
Big up to small talk.
To Small Talk, baby. So, what's new in your world, producer?
I'm still working on being the number one stunner. I'm not really even cracking in the top 1,000 yet, but not really on the board so much to speak. But I'm moving up.
Is there a meetup, or is it on their website, or how do you?
It's on a forum.
Is there a metric?
On undergroundhiphop.com forum.
What are the cybermetrics of that?
18 gigabytes.
How do you go up in ranks?
Oh, you just stunt hard. You just be the best at stunting on them.
You know it when you hear it. Number one stunter.
You get a ball, you get a floss, you get all that stuff.
The number one stunter.
So I've been going to flossing practice and balling pretty hard.
Oh. How are your grills?
Pretty shiny, and I've been tipping really well too everywhere I go.
What do you use to shine them? Or do you
floss? I floss my grills. That's why they're so. I assume that's what flossing means.
Maybe I've been mistaken. Maybe
that might explain. I should Google it because it might explain why I'm not moving up in these ranks. Maybe I'm stunting my stunting growth. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Ooh. Double stunt.
Double stunter. Number one. So, I'm looking at this tape over there right now. Is that a VHS? Is it an audio-only VHS, or what's the...
It's a 7-track. It's just a rare precursor to the 8-track.
Before they figured it out.
At this point, I'm just pulling them out of the box right when we get here. We prepare, we don't prepare, who knows? It does...
Fresh out the box.
We're doing a fresh out the box episode today. It's another one about the moon.
Probably because of the eclipse coming up. Bigger clips coming up.
It says lunar lunacy on that. So maybe it's in the tides that we do more than one space-ish moonist episode in a small window here. Obviously, these are government files. Of course, we're going to see a lot of moon stuff.
It's clear to me that's very important that the government keeps moon stuff secret. And I think it's highly suspicious about how much moon stuff they do keep secret. Don't you think so?
It is, yeah. I mean, they've successfully kept a ton of secrets from us. I don't know anything, really, other than these two tapes. The one we already heard and this one we're about to.
Do you know about moon geodes?
No, what are those? Cool space rocks, are they?
They're like geodes from Earth, except for they're found on the moon, and they're way cooler, and they're just one color, and it's gray. It's moon gray.
It's kind of a vibe they have up there, I think.
Yeah, they're sick as fuck. A person I know actually has a moon geode mine.
But you can't really say a mine on the moon?
Mm-hmm.
And they say they've been there. And I find that interesting because you were like one of the big moon landing skeptics that I've ever met.
Well, then I met this guy, and he's got these sick moon geodes, and changed my whole perspective on the moon landing. It's clearly real. Why would anyone ever fake something like that? The moon is there, and it's there for us to take and make money from. And that's what my moon geode guy has taught me. Shout out, you know who you are. He's the number one moon geode guy. I know I'm trying to keep him secret, but don't Google him, okay? Don't Google me, bro.
As a show that's about to do its second moon episode in like 4 episodes, I feel like we're down with profiting off of the moon, and we would be hypocrites to besmirch anybody for that.
Yes.
I will say it is remarkable how quickly you've come turned around this issue.
Thank you.
From a few episodes ago, and I appreciate your willingness to be open-minded. I am curious to see if you still, after this episode, feel this strongly about the moon landing.
100% guaranteed. Happened just the way we saw it. No questions asked. Anybody that asks questions is actually stupider.
Sometimes they are, but I don't know if this is one of those times. I guess we'll have to find out.
There's no stupid questions, just stupid people talking about the moon too much.
There's no stupid questions, just stupid answers.
Roll them tapes, Deuce. These broadcasters have no memories of the words they read.
The moon landing, long believed to be one of America's greatest triumphs. But was it? For years, conspiracies have persisted and insisted that the Apollo 11 moon landing was a hoax maybe even directed by Stanley Kubrick. But that's not the real conspiracy. Rumors began to circulate in the Sports Illustrated for Kids comment section, and within days were on major network TikTok feeds. The Apollo 13 moon mission was the real hoax. The Tom Hanks movie was a misdirected by Ron Howard. Welcome to Warren's Moon. I am your host, Warren. Today, we inspect what really happened on Apollo 13 as the real Apollo 13 astronauts Jim Lovell and Kevin Bacon come here to set the record straight on what really happened the fateful day years ago. Well, and with that, I guess let's, Jim Lovell, thank you for being here, and Kevin Bacon, thank you so much for being here.
Howdy.
Why don't you reached out to me because you said you trusted me as a source. So why don't you tell us why you wanted to talk to the world today?
Yeah, well,
Kevin?
I've noticed that ever since you took over the show after Coast to Coast AM, I just love your content. I trust you. I loved your perspective on the moon. I didn't start Apollo 13 because I wanted to be a part of some NASA hagiography. Okay, I started in that movie to shine a light on the absurdity of the stories it tells. The whole story is preposterous. It should be a comedy. It is a comedy of errors. People look at it as a tragedy, a heroic tragedy, and I just don't get it. So that's why I come to you today, Warren. Thank you for having us here.
And I want people to know I did land on the moon. We did land on the moon. The movie didn't think that was a good ending. They said it's not going to put meat in the seats. We landed on the moon last time. If we land on the moon again, it's just boring. And so this time, you didn't land, is what we're going to tell them. But I did land. We did land. We lost good men on this mission, and they didn't get honored in this movie, and they're not getting honored in real life.
Nixon died, and people lied.
Now, you guys say that that you lost good men up there. Let's start there. In the movie, everyone comes back in one piece.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you watch basketball?
Sure.
Are you familiar with LeBron James?
LeBron James. Yep, I know the meme.
Well, his great-grandpa was an astronaut, and he actually was one of the people that tragically passed away on the Apollo 13 mission. Believe that or not.
He's actually who the Bill Paxton or Pullman character was based on.
Yep, both of them.
That's why we're here, because we're just getting misrepresented. Gary Sinise was supposed to have been in that spot,
He was supposed to be the first man to slam dunk on the moon.
and he didn't show up for work. In this movie, he's looked at as like some guy that helps out. He's a Welch.
Total Welch dog.
He's a snake in the grass. You know, he was the first rat off that sinking ship. And
He's a mole in the ointment.
have you ever tried to use an ointment after there was a mole in it? It's gross.
It makes me question how little shrews are.
Yeah, you could moisturize around a shrew.
A shrew in the ointment, no big deal. A mole in the ointment, I don't know where that mole's been.
Shrew in the shoe, what are you going to do? A shrew or two?
I know where every shrew's been, though. I got shrew sense.
Yeah, shrewdar.
Because shrews live primarily on the moon.
The moon is largely hollow.
It's riddled with shrews.
What people think are craters are actually giant shrew holes from dinosaur-sized shrews that used to live on those planets. Now, because there's like no atmosphere, they've gone
They've gone sub-gravitational.
They've gone sublunar, and they're in the caverns in the middle of the moon, shrewing it up. And they chewed and shrewed through LeBron James's granddad And that's why we wanted to come out now. Me, Jim Lovell, real astronaut from outer space. That's how I introduce myself to people.
Well, you're from Earth, right? You just been to outer space?
Well, look.
Or were you born in space?
Well, first of all, we were all born in space, so that's an accurate statement. Point of fact.
Don't
For
get all
everybody,
Hollywood
but-
on me, Lovell. Answer the question like a physicist.
Space. I've actually lived in space, is what I'm saying. Have you lived in space? No. Has anyone in here lived in space? No, I've lived in space.
By your definition of space, yes.
Hey, I came here from the moon. Have you ever come here from the moon?
I've never come here from any...
Jim Lovell, from space.
well, I've been on the set of a moon. Like you.
Hey, watch it there.
What do you
Bacon,
mean?
we've talked about this.
What, you weren't on Apollo 13 set? You were a consultant. Oh,
I
is
was,
that not
and it
what
was a
you
beautiful
thought
set.
I was talking about? What did you think I was talking about?
You
What did you think
were-
I was talking about?
The classic moon man's fighting words is when you tell him he's never been to the moon. Only one thing. I've only ever done one thing in my life, and it's go to the moon. Don't you tell me I've not gone to the moon.
You been to a moon bump spike?
You know how many people ask me to talk about the moon, and there's nothing to goddamn talk about because the moon's nothing. It's just a big, dumb, close ball of nothing in space. That's all it is.
What do you say about the shrew allegations?
So when we came back,
You corroborate the shrew allegations?
well, the shrew is true, but what it do? There's not. That's nothing. Who cares about shrews?
If the shrew fits,
If the shrew fits, you
You
got to
must
quit.
acquit.
And I quit going to the moon a long time ago because it's all full up with shrews, and there's nothing to do on a planet full of shrews and nothing else, you know. And again, like I said, they're very sublunar shrews, so you're not really even seeing them. You just know they're down there, living some kind of secret shrew life, and you don't have the means to get any sort of surveillance or archaeological equipment you would need to get sonar or whatever, radar, to get a good look at what's going on down there. Up here,
Gaydar?
gaydar, there's probably some gay shrews, I'd imagine. Of course there
Well,
are.
my wife has the best gaydar of anybody I've ever met, and I feel like I know I've seen it work on animals, and I don't know why it wouldn't work on the moon for shrews.
Now, how do you know it worked on animals? Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna pull this thread just a little bit.
Because they had sex.
You saw it happen. You saw
Yeah.
your wife saw it.
Her name's Kira. Do you know her?
Kira Sedgwick. Oh, she is some sort of brilliant crime solver, correct?
Yep.
Does her gaydar help her solve crimes?
Well, I mean, I think she used it. She
To close them?
Kira Gaydar has solved crimes in real life.
But you said it was animal gaydar.
Well, it's,
So I was curious.
are people not animals? Is the moon not? Is the Earth not space?
I just really want to quick go back to the animal. So she saw some animals and was like, those ones look like they might be gay animals. And then they just happened to then, or did she monitor for a while and then they copulate?
No, well, we were at a bar and we were watching these animals, and she credibly predicted each of the gay animals that we watched.
Incredible.
It was, and this hasn't happened just once. It's happened 2 to 7 times.
Now, was this bar, just out of curiosity, next to a Broadway production of Cats near around when it would let out?
Yes.
Nice. Can I get the address to that place?
Mm-hmm. It's 69 420 Shrew Boulevard. Do dork, bing bong, Wikipedia.com.
As is customary on Warren's Moon, I stop asking questions around the third question and just let the guests kind of go at it. A brave choice for an interview show, sure, but traveling to the moon takes more than a little bit of bravery. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow on another edition of the daily moon-based show, Warren's Moon.
On December 7th, 1972, the United States of America sent the Apollo 17 moon mission to the moon, commanded by the final man to walk on the moon, Harrison Schmitt. It has long been questioned why America has never gone back to the moon, and there has never been sufficient answers for many skeptics. This recording may hint at why the United States and NASA space program has not returned to the moon since. What you're hearing now is a premiere, and the first time anyone's heard this recording between Ground Control and Harrison Schmidt.
Captain Schmidt, this is Dr. Horseboogers down in NASA Control. Over.
Horseburgers, I hear you loud and clear.
Captain Schmidt, can you please read out your current statistical readings on your readometers?
Yep, I got 815 with a wayward hint, and we're pulling a tight lean to the southeaster quarter, and we're right on trajectory with the parabola that we're supposed to be traveling along here as we exit as we broke out of Earth's orbit, of course, just now, so that we could be communicating. Good to talk to you, by the way. That was bumpy.
Did you get your parabola virus vaccine?
Yep, 3 of them. Oh, okay. Whew, yep. We're good. It was just a little bumpy coming up here. The takeoff was rough and bumpy. We did lose a couple. I will say there's the O2 level is dipping just a little, I think, noticeably.
Does that mean poop?
No, I believe that's the oxygen one there,
Okay.
horsebuggers.
Oh, O2.
Yep.
Gotcha. I thought you were saying like OH. Anyway, Are there, is the camera film, is that ruined by the Earth's atmosphere yet, or is that all good?
The outboard camera, you mean?
Yeah.
That's active. That's outboard active. Do you need me to inboard it?
I'm gonna need you to cut that. That's an order from the Vice President.
Okay. Camera is cut. What's going on with that oxygen level?
Looks like we got a busted oxygen sensor. Should be a problem. I'd go to the valve board and do a quick reset on the first air handler.
All right, that looks like it maybe has done something.
While you're down there, can you just check the pipes? Because we just want to make sure all the plumbing's working. Because we got that moon rock vacuum and the shrew shooter both in there. We want to make sure they're working, and the pneumatic shrew killing device.
Listen, so
Pneumatic.
yeah, I've got the air pistol for Captain Shrews.
Okay.
I will say I don't think we're gonna see any. There's not really been a shrew sighting other than those first guys.
If they bleed a kind of a toxic glow, just give it a little sample, give it a taste first, because looks can be deceiving. You just want to make sure it's not actually poisonous. So if you could please do that, if you do kill a shrew, if it looks toxic, please try to eat it for the sake of mankind, for one giant taste for mankind.
I can't eat it. I can't eat a toxic shrew. No one told me that I would have to.
It's not toxic. It's just a lunar shrew.
I've got IBS. I'm a nervous wreck on this rough takeoff. You got an oxygen sensor, you're telling me. Now I'm trusting it's the sensor and not the oxygen. That's got me going. Now you're saying I'm going to eat a toxic looking shrew.
Schmidt, take a deep breath.
It's really starting to stack up. You told me this was going to be an easy one.
Take a deep breath, and I want you to look in your front.
I was one day away from retirement.
Pocket. I packed you something special.
My IBS is kicking like a mule in there.
I packed you something special. Just open up your front pocket on your breast, your front breast pocket.
The Werther's original?
Those are Super Tums 1000s.
Oh, butterscotch flavor. Okay. Super Tums 1000s. Okay, look, I appreciate the Tums.
It's anti-IBS at its finest.
I'd feel a lot better if you had like a Gary Sinise on speed dial in case you needed someone to help figure out how to get
Gary's
this
busy filming
thing.
Snake Eyes right now.
Was it a Nicolas Cage film?
I assume.
Gosh, then what can't that guy act like?
Normal man.
A person with sideburns.
Everyday American.
All right, look, we're coming up on this here moon.
Yeah, what's your vector, Schmidt?
90. It says my angles are angletuded at a aperture of 18.2.
Are you in the premium settings?
I'm in the legacy settings.
Oh, you're gonna need to upgrade that app.
Oh.
before you can land on the moon. Unless you don't want to record it.
Well, I had to turn off the camera. You said not to even have it on. Why would we
Well-
recording it? Just the audio now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just saving power here. If you want the O2 sensor to work, we're on a power crunch.
I get it. Just
Okay, are we gonna beat the Soviet Union in wars or not?
if we can, if getting a higher vantage point than they have is going to help us beat them in wars, then yes.
Here's what I do want you to do. There is a rumor that the Soviets, and they've sent us pictures. They sent a dog to the moon and it successfully landed on the moon on all fours, but it broke all its legs in the process. So if you could find some dog bones, and give those a good lick. Let me know if they're Russian lick dog bones.
Hold on.
Yep.
I'm licking dog bones now?
Well, you're in the service of the country.
We even know this is a dead dog? Did it die because of the broken legs, presumably?
Well, it could have died from being eaten alive by shrews. For all we know, we don't know anything.
Ground control, I have some serious issues with the lack of preparation on this trip. I got a last minute toxic shrew diet update where I have IBS that feels like ulcerative colitis, and then
Take it up with Sinise.
now I gotta lick a bone or get attacked by a dog, and I have a dog phobia, which again should be there's dogs on the moon in general. Surprise, surprise, would be good to know. So now I don't even want to land. Like, I'm fine if this
Check
doesn't
your
work.
pocket. I put some peanut butter in there with one of those Kongs.
One of those things where you jam food in it for your dog to chew on.
Yeah, I put some peanut butter in your other breast pocket. Stick your 2 fingers in there. Give it the 2-finger.
Oh, come. That got all this equipment in here, man. I gotta use these fingers to touch all of these buttons.
I got some
in this
dehydrated
picture.
wet
I got
wipes.
peanut butter.
Also, check your back pocket. Check your ass pocket.
How much time were you spending with my clothes today? What was I doing?
We're in a relationship. We live together. What are you talking about?
You just snuck off on our last night together to just prep a lot of stuff into my clothes. This is the communication problems our therapist is talking to us about. You can just tell me directly, these are things I need you to be prepared for.
Our
And not
therapist
surprise me
clearly
when
said
you
that
know
surprises did not need to be
my
communicated
IBS has been
beforehand.
bad this week.
Gestures of
These aren't
gestures
things
of
that should be
goodwill, gestures of
surprises.
love, acts of service, acts
These
of
are
love.
this is where your work life, home life boundary problems are coming into play again there, sweetie. I just wish this shouldn't be a surprise of romance stuff.
Babe. Check your 5th pocket because I put some CBD oil in there. You can rub all over you.
If
It'll
you're telling
chill.
me
You
to
need to
calm
chill
down
out.
right
You
now.
need to chill.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, I'm not even on the same planet as you right now, but if you dare get in that bed tonight, I will lose it. You're sleeping on the couch. I don't care. If I crash into this moon and die, you're sleeping on the couch for the rest of your life. Tell me to relax while I'm halfway around into the moon.
Honey, I'm not sleeping until you're home safe.
During this moon mission, you better not sleep. You're not sleeping when I get back either. I'm gonna dare you, new asshole. You know how hard it is to sleep with a new asshole? God damn.
Well, your
Tell me to
asshole's gonna
relax.
shrink being in space so long, babe.
Wait.
Facts.
What? That's another thing you're just telling me? Okay, hold on. This is like...
Your butthole gonna shrink in space.
It
You
was-
didn't know that? Your bones get worse and your butthole is actually made of about 128 little tiny bones that need exercise every day. That's why we poop. Those bones are the heart of life for every man, woman, and child. Butt bones. More bones than piano keys. Think about that. Just in your butt bones.
You can do an orchestra.
128 track studio. That's the amount of butt bones.
God damn, that's a lot of new information to take in
Well.
on an already shitty day. And I'm coming around to the final bend where I'm supposed to be slingshotting into a descent here. Eyes peeled for dogs.
I don't understand the slingshot method. It just, why do you need that kind of velocity? The Earth, and the Moon does not have its own atmosphere. I mean, why can't you just do a softie, a soft plopper right on top, a trampoline landing?
Well, I mean,
There's barely any gravity there. How are we even? What are we putting an anchor down?
no, I was just gonna kind of, you know how when you're in shallow lake water in a canoe and you kind of just stab into the sand with the paddle, I was just gonna kind of do that with my legs.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
that's
hold,
Fred Flintstone
hold,
on the moon.
just gonna, yeah. Fred Flintstone on the moon. Because I gotta get down quick. That's the other reason for the sharp. The soft landing takes longer, and my IBS.
Oh, honey, you got to poop, don't you?
You've gotten me real fired up.
I can tell by the way you're acting.
Real fired up.
I'm sorry, babe. Did you take those Super Tum 1000s?
I don't know why you thought like the surprises were not good for the IBS husband. I don't know why. Secret IBS space husband.
Well, the peanut butter wasn't for you, babe. They hope you. I told you to sniff
you
it.
tell me to sniff a lot of things. I can't sniff it. You know, like that's a boy who cried wolf thing on you. We'll talk about it in therapy. First things first. I'm touching down right now here. It's getting real rocky. Thud, thud, thud. That's terrible. Oh, my guts are sloshing, and I gotta get out of this.
Babe, you gotta get out of there if you're gonna plop one.
Okay. Just landing. Oh, first landing on the moon. Oh God, where's the closest? Hold on.
Is it a spread or is it a pudding? Is it the spread or is it a pudding? Double?
It's a morpher. Oh, it's a morpher.
How many Lincoln Logs, babe?
It started out. It was a wrecking ball followed up by a moose pudding like you never saw in your life. Oh, it's still going. Now it's.
How about a moon's pudding?
Now it's more of like a leak in a big balloon. Just kind of going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of getting it there.
Yeah. Just a broken sewage pipe.
Just kind of getting the BS out. You know?
Yeah. Oh. All right. Okay. Well, I got good news and bad news for you.
I want the. I just want to say congratulations for IBSing on the moon.
That was one big bowel movement for man, one giant dump for mankind. But it got all over China's equipment.
China the wrestler?
It got all over Russia's equipment. It got all over America's equipment.
America Ferrera?
Yeah, and this country's.
Oh.
Those two women, the country's equipment's also. Yeah, I really shit the bed on this one, pretty literally almost. But I do think it's attracted that dog, and the shrews are probably going to come because they can, you know, they're going to smell this.
They're going to smell that. They're going to love it, babe.
No matter how far down they are underground. So I'm going to need you to help me fire this thing back up and get me out of here before anybody finds out what we did, and we should probably bear the evidence because I think we're going to have an international incident on our hands.
Babe, I can't let you. You need to find the dog moon bones. The moon bones of the dog.
I'm not going anywhere but home with pants like this. I'm just telling you.
Did you poop your spacesuit?
I pooped the whole moon.
I put some dehydrated toilet paper in your
All toilet paper's dehydrated.
Nope, not this stuff.
But this stuff's supposed to be.
That's why you're wrong.
Listen, do you need to check the oxygen levels in your location? Where are you calling from?
Some rehydrogenated toilet paper.
Rehydrogenated. Thank you. But it's only gonna be enough for me. Let me get in this capsule. I'm beep booping up out of here before that dog gets to me.
Babe, you gotta find the dog bones.
Boop 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 boop.
Baby, if you come home without the dog bones, we are not officially going to recognize you. And I have that on the Vice President's Bureau Ag News orders.
You're not going to recognize me?
We're not going to recognize you as an official moonlander, okay? We're gonna come up with some Hollywood BS and sell it as a script to some friggin' 13-year-old right now.
Listen, I just, The dog's not, I'm telling you, now the dog's just barking out the window at me.
Dog bones or lies?
He's alive, there's no bones. What am I supposed to do? Kill him and sit here till he dries out?
Dog bones or propaganda? That's your choice, babe. We're staying together regardless. It's a professional argument.
Oh, now you're able to draw the lines between professional and unprofessional, and this is really convenient.
This is what the
sweetie.
therapist told us to do.
No.
Listen,
no.
now's not, you know that we're being recorded, right, babe?
Hey, relax. Why don't you relax? How about you try relaxing?
I already did rub the CBD balm that you got me all over my wrist before this conversation even started. Thank you for the gift.
Yeah, well, I think we gotta figure out better gifts than CBD to give for each other. We're both astronauts and working NASA, for Christ's sake. We could buy each other something nicer once in a while if we weren't so busy always working all the time. But I'm telling you, I'm not killing this dog, so recognize me or not, this thing's taking off.
I'm not asking you to kill it. I'm asking you to locate its bones. I'm not saying that they need to be dead bones. They're just probably dead bones. Moon dead dog bones.
Oh, it can just be like the bones that he has to chew on from his space shuttle? Because I didn't poop in there.
No? Oh. Well, if there's not poop on his belly.
Can these be loophole technicality dog bones?
A poop hole loophole?
A poop hole loophole?
Sure.
Considering what we just learned about bones in your anus.
Yeah, well, I
think
said
that's
this.
it all together.
Uranus is another
Hold on.
mission.
Yeah, Uranus is another mission, sweetie.
Thank you. I can't wait till you land there.
Okay, now I got the dog bones from the Russian dog.
Are they real dog bones?
I mean, they're this dog's bones.
If they're not, then we're not gonna be able to tell your story, babe. I'm just saying.
You just told me.
Test?
You just told me. You just told me that it was a loophole. It was a poop hole loophole, and that I was good with these dog bones. And they're dog bones,
It's for the bones.
and they're coming back to the moon, and we're gonna lose them anyways. The moon guys lose everything.
Well, it's out of my hands now. I'm just Dr. Horse Boogers.
Yeah. So, anyways, coming back
Booger.
with these bones,
Booger bones.
loophole bones.
Okay,
Dr.
babe.
Horse Booger.
Hey, bon voyage.
Bone voyage, more like it.
Oh.
Speaking of bones, you're still sleeping on the couch because you're in the doghouse.
Glad to. Thank God for the pullout.
That's what she said. Because they didn't have a vasectomy yet. This segment sponsored by No Vasectomy Pullouts. Wife mad because she got her pregnant again? Good thing you bought yourself a pull-out couch. Because you're going to need it. All the times you keep getting her pregnant because you're too stubborn to get a vasectomy.
Take my vast deference, please.
You think it's getting his pussy put in? And yeah, it is a little bit of that. But mostly it's all about freeing the loads.
It's all about letting your loads go in your body.
Loads go in, and they never
Loads
come out.
never go out. Check out this absorption rate. Wow. I can't believe how much sperm is just in my body.
Today on UFOs, Real or Really Real. In 2023, the Cracker Barrel Tiki Torch funded members of the United States Congress conducted a probe interview with one of the 1.3 million government employees with top secret clearance. The subject of the interview, UFOs, real or really real.
And you have or have seen proof of non-human biologics from these recovered aircrafts.
I heard someone say it, yes.
You heard them say what?
I heard someone say there were confirmed non-human biologics.
Okay, so your evidence is, quote, you heard someone say.
Yes, and because I knew too much, I believe there's multiple decades UFO crash retrieval and reverse engineering programs that I'm being denied access to, that I have no proof of.
Do you think that might be because you keep publicly talking about things you agreed would be, quote, top secret? Which, quote, no shit.
In no less than 2 weeks' time, Mexico unveils in their Senate a supposed alien corpse.
Translation services provided by the Texas State Oil and Petroleum Institute.
All right. Calling to order this session of Mexican National Congress. All right. Our testimony today is from Dr. Magda Arias, who claims to have proof of alien life.
Hello, yes. Not only do we have proof of alien life, but we have been studying this alien corpse in our lab for the last year, and as you can see, it has large orbital.
Is that one of the little green men?
From the band.
No, this isn't a joke. This is really a deceased life form of unknown.
Now they open it for the G-men.
Aren't we the G-men?
Burt Lancaster.
It's not Burt Lancaster. This is an unprecedented scientific revelation.
All right. Order in the chambers.
Sorry, Senator. Obviously, it's not the front man from the Little Green Men. It's clearly a piñata.
Oh, is it your birthday?
Fuck you. You know it's not my birthday. This is incontrovertible proof there's alien life. I hope his people come and abduct you right in the middle of the night.
Is it a white guy? Why is it a white guy?
We could sell 1 million of these white guy piñatas to the States.
And just like that, government and bureaucratical agencies the world over began sharing their own existential findings.
Well, I'm Peru. I am Peru. And I have an alien that you won't believe. It's gonna make Machu Picchu look like it's gonna make Machu Picchu look like Miss Pac-Man. Sure, it's a feat, but it's not much. It's not compared to the Pichu.
Mr. Prime Minister, this is Paddy O'Flanagan, representative of the Donegal Valley District, and we done housed an alien there for many years. What we found at the bottom of a rainbow, it was a small lad.
I put a curse on you.
What had buckets of gold.
Here's me gold. Get your fingers off me gold.
And we kept the gold, but here he is our
A leprechaun in the hood, yeah.
alien there. His name is Greg. He's pretty lucky, but we've had him for long enough and kept his luck, so now we're gonna give him up to you. This is his gold.
Keep your fingers off me, alien gold.
Translation services provided by the Texas State Oil and Petroleum Institute.
We in Saudi Arabia too have found something peculiar that just it kind of haunted our deserts, our desertscape for years. People talked about ghosts, but it turns out it's something called an alien. Okay, they came out and they came down. They tried to suck up our oil. Well, I got news for them. You can't spell alien without jihad. Okay, because that's still a thing, right? And we're jihading on alien, and aliens too. And Prometheus also.
No USA.
Thank you.
Yeah, how y'all doing? This is Mumar there from the Ivory Coast, and I'm the representative of my district. And I reckon we've had alien presence. We've got these here tablets that are. I'll be right straight up with you. They seem to be they're concrete of some sort, old type of concrete with some of these carvings in them. What look pretty worn away. But then if you if you get your hand wet in holy water and wave them over them, they'll light up a little bit in these alien symbols. And that's what we got for you. So everybody's bringing their cards to the table. I feel like it might be Independence Day time. Get together, let everybody know we're ready for Independence Day. Get together and we'll figure out what aliens want. And if they did the pyramids, if they didn't do the pyramids, who did the pyramid? We can't make pyramid shapes. It's too hard. Maybe this will help us get to the bottom of how humans on both sides of the planet at different times were somehow able to come up with pyramid-shaped land buildings. It had to be aliens. It couldn't be possibly something people did on both sides of the planet at different times without having ever communicate with each other. Humans can't do that sort of thing, even though clearly they did. Most people want to get to the top of the pyramid. We're trying to get to the bottom of this shit. We're trying to get to the bottom of the pyramid and to the bottom of how aliens, and then we think this tablet will help.
Yeah, my name is Joel McClinton, and I'm from the Philippines. And I just want to say that we do respect lots of oils and Amoco and Shell, and what they did for alien research here is just unmatched. The work they did in the field after we captured the 3 aliens that came down on Christmas Day in 1993. Hard copy has an exclusive on the Hard Copy USA, and we've kept them and we trained them and we integrated them into our culture, and they're just out there, Bebop and Kubu, and who could forget the lovable Belugu, and they're just out there right now, and we love these aliens like they're robots.
Yes, this is the Prime Minister of Germany coming to us live here from the country, and as everyone is coming forward with their announcements and proclamations about the alien findings that they have in their countries, we were like, well, of course, we should let everybody know what is it we have in our country. And there was a guy here, I don't want to get into the whole thing. He very much was into the occult and things and not some very cool stuff. And a lot of interesting stuff there with the occult, but also he was very into the astrophysics and space travel too. And that between the two, he summons the space Cthulhu type monsters there. We have a couple of pits full of sort of ectoplasmic covered goopy space monsters with tentacles with eyeballs that Hitler summoned from space. I think that maybe the Ivory Coast tablets were used. And the Mexican piñatas.
This is Dutch Fluid from Austria, and I just want to say that we have a couple of Slimers. A Slimer's count as a ghost, an alien, or the Slimer? What's a Slimer?
Oh, the Slimer, I think, is a ghost, which is you and me maybe we'll talk separate Zoom
alien
later.
World, or I mean, like alien parallel world. What's a Slimer to you? Because we got 3 Slimers, and one of them is named Bebop. Just like that Philippines Bebop.
The Philippines has a Bebop as well. This is interesting.
That's what I just learned.
This is interesting because what for us the ghost is not as alien, but is perhaps the ghost of an alien. This is not necessarily you could have a ghost of the aliens. I think. This could be an alien ghost.
So as well.
This is
so
the
Slimers are on the table, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Slimers is, so we got 3 ghosts, I mean, we got 3 aliens at least in Austria, not to mention a haunted past of Hitler.
Yes, we all have that haunted past, yes. How y'all doing there? Just Japan, just chiming in there. I guess while we're talking about the old days and regrettable decisions there. We do also have a tentacles pits of monsters, and we've also got some pretty big ones coming up out the water there. Now, originally we kind of thought them were dinosaurs. Reckon they were, but turns out not dinosaurs. Turns out they're alien landings. What fell off a meteor some times ago. So just all things out on the table. We got heck of tentacle stuff going on here. Tons of it. You ain't seen more tentacles in your life.
And we also got gigantic lizard problems. To be fair, though, we've also got mecha suit things people can wear to fight them. So we are at least being proactive on the solutions here on the ground. So, and sorry if us and that other guy back in the 40s called a lot of these aliens onto the world, possibly. Who knows? But nothing we could do about it now but move forward.
This is fucking Mitchell fucking Leary from fucking Scotland or Wales. You fucking dolt. Oh, we got a fucking fair share of fucking aliens up here and down there, I'll say. Oh, one time I was at the pub and I walked out and there he was, looking at me. John F. Kennedy as an alien. There's a whole fucking... Did you... My mate was there, but he fucking died. Shot in the fucking head.
Rubble. Unbelievable. That couldn't have been Kennedy. Oh, I do believe it. It's probably true.
Lee Harvey Oswald's an alien. That's all I'm saying. Oh, no human tears. Neither. Oh. Oh, British Isles. Oh, the British Isles, how my accent loves to travel around ye.
There's no aliens here in Russia. In Russia, we kill alien if we ever see them. So no aliens. We are in International Space Station giving middle finger to alien. No aliens in Russia.
Translation services provided by the Texas State Oil and Petroleum Institute.
Here in Kyrgyzstan, we have the second largest UFO landing site recognized by the international UFO community here in Tacoland, Kyrgyzstan. And what I like best about living in Kyrgyzstan is the alien history. And I did move here from Mongolia a couple of years ago. And yeah, we didn't have, I should say, aliens in Mongolia until recently. But I'm not moving back there because they just got them. And like Kyrgyzstan's had them, you know? So if I could tell you, make it, but like they made it first, you know? It's me, I'm from Malta. In Malta, we have nights, we have tables, and I'm doing so much Borat and also spaghettis. But we have one secret little alien we like to call Chi-Chi. And he's a Maltese alien. Come see, visit Malta.
And that was it for us today here on UFOs Real or Really Real. Certainly a lot to take in. A lot of really fantastic information there. Really seems like the world's coming together in the face of certain alien adversity. And I do want to thank the the Texas Oil and Petroleum Institute for supplying the translators there for some of the non-English speaking folks. So really thank you all for turning in, like and subscribe, and smash murder that likes and subscribes button. And we love you for listening. Again, this has been UFOs Real or Really Real.
Of our minds. Welcome back to Blab Rats, where we just listen to the 3 Faces of the Moon. Is that what it's called there, producer?
3 Faces of the Moon.
Wow. What's the final face leaving your face looking like?
Like this.
Oh, it looks like an emoji.
Like a surprise emoji, right? Oh!
This guy does the best emojis.
Yeah, I actually won most likely to be an emoji in high school.
I actually won most likely to be an emoji in the Emoji Movie.
And then you didn't make it through the first round of auditions.
And then I didn't. I got really far, but they picked Jerry Seinfeld, I assume. Speaking of Jerry Seinfeld, the man loves hot dogs, and we are just finishing up the last bricks.
As you've heard, clicking away and putting these Legos together.
Yep. If you haven't heard, we're down here at Skittle Up, Skittle Down Alleys, and we just put together the world's largest hot dog made entirely out of Legos, and we have about 30 pieces left to go. We started last episode, and we are just finishing. So please donate, smash it, GoFundUs.com. And yeah, this one's for, actually it's a hot dog charity. Speaking of hot dogs, one of today's sponsors, Oscar Mayer, they have started a controversial campaign. They are getting rid of the Wienermobile, and they are say goodbye to the Wienermobile and say bonjour to the Wiener Yacht. It'll be the Goodyear blimp of the yacht of yachts. So it's going to be at every sporting event. Rivers, they'll do man-made lakes, they'll do big lakes, small lakes, rivers.
So this is going to be a big wiener floating down the river, a big wiener floating down your lake.
Big old Wiener Yacht, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That is
its sale looks like a ketchup bottle.
They say it takes money to make money. That is a baller. I mean, I got to do something like that to be number one stunner. I got to turn mobiles into yachts.
Everything you drive should look like a piece of food. That's one of the rules I live by.
Hell yeah. Keep your eyes peeled on that. I mean, I know we're basically moon experts at this point, but do you still think the moon's 100% where they landed because of those geodes, or are you...
Kevin Bacon pretty much sold it for me. He said it was bullshit. And that's what Footloose is all about. It's not about dancing.
You're back to not believing it.
100% not real.
Okay.
The private companies can do it, but NASA couldn't. They're too stupid. Yeah, right. Like a bunch of government employees could come together and government that. And govern a moon landing.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're back to your old ways of not believing in moon landings. Real quick before we get into them and their sponsors, a real public service announcement. If anyone has any information about the 35 people who went missing at last night's Big Hole Bagel Memorial Sinkhole Vigil and never returned, please call 1-800-TOTALLY-NORMAL-SCIENCE-GUYS, and we will give you one free Pizza Castle pizza. Again, looking for info about the 35 people who went missing last night at the Big Hole Bagel Memorial Sinkhole Vigil. This episode is sponsored by Bad Science Corp. Presents Big Hole Bagels. Bagels with big holes. Find us at our new location that's sinkhole free near the edge of the big cliff. This episode also sponsored by Zombabies, from the makers of Bratz, the cutest little flesh eaters. So cute you could just eat them up if they don't eat you first. Zombabies.
Yum. And also brought to you by NorCal's premier wig shop, Hella Toupee. Come on down. And find one that you like, because there's going to be Hella Toupee. We got all the toupees that you might want. We don't care if you have hair or you don't. Alopecia, glad to meet ya. At Hella Toupee.
Hey, come down to Hella Toupee, where we got hella toupees, and it won't be hell for you to pay for them because the prices are so good.
So come on down to Northern California's premier wig shop, Hella Toupee.
This episode also sponsored by Hangry Man Instant Dinners. The man in your life being a total testicle? Maybe it's time to throw a hangry man into the microwave and nuke that baby boy into a real man. Is he not sure what kids are saying? Are you seeing more and more social media posts that are getting him all confused? Well, we've got a cross-promotion going with D-Mobile this week where you get a bunch of rebate coupons for a cool D-Mobile new phone if you get 10 Hangry Man Instant Dinners. Turn that big baby boy into a hangry man today.
And also brought to you by the new and number one Juggalo-centric Insane Clown Posse podcast. It's called I See Penis, and it's available on iHeartRadio app or wherever I See Penis. is available. That's ICP NESS. That's IC Penis. The podcast. Only available on the iHeart Penis Radio app. So download that app today to get IC Penis.
And then this episode also sponsored.
For the real Juggalo fan, IC Penis.
This episode's
His
also
penis is painted black and white.
This episode also sponsored by wool underpants. Hey, you got an icy penis? Warm it up with wool underpants.
What you itching for? Whoa.
Don't go to bed with an icy penis. Go to bed with an itchy ass and a warm cock. With wool underpants.
Yeah. Also sponsored by. This is a terrible one. Okay, so just so you know, this is bad. It says workshop at the end. Also sponsored by Gibraltar's Board of Tourism, who invite you to rock for Gibraltar's inaugural Americana Festival on the Met, on the Rock. That's Gibraltar's inaugural Americana Festival on the Met, on the Rock.
Discover your Gibraltar ego today.
Gibraltar Music Festival. Gibraltar, they rock. We're okay. Until next time. Blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.